Next, get a wide pan and put in a good amount of oil. You want enough oil so that half the shrimp will be immersed when you lay it in. I like to use vegetable oil for this purpose. You want the pan and oil to be very hot. Once it is, put the shrimp in. They do not take long to cook, about 30 seconds on each side. If you have to do it in batches because you have too many shrimp, you can do so. Do not remove the oil from your pan when you're done with the shrimp. Just take it off the heat until you're ready for the next step. As the shrimp come out of the pan, lay them on a paper towel to drain the oil off of them. While they are resting, it is an excellent time to sprinkle them with your custom salt and pepper mixture. That way the seasoning adheres before they cool. Finally, while the shrimp rest a bit, we will prepare some vegetables to go with them. I like to use some green onion and some peppers, but you can substitute more or less whatever you like. For me, I chop a few green onions finely, and then I thinly slice a green pepper as well, though a red one works fine too. But first, we will prepare another key ingredient, a truly prodigious amount of garlic. I like to use an entire head of garlic for this, but you can use as much as you like. Mince it finely, bring your pan with the shrimp oil in it up to the medium heat, then fry it all at once. It is done when it is nice and golden brown. Be careful not to overcook it.
Did I click out by accident? Controller is not working. Controller, why? Hey, step out of it. Controller. Controller, no. The mouse stopped working too. It's one of those bugs. Alright.
When it's finished, set it aside on another paper towel to get excess oil off. You can use a very fine sieve to retrieve the garlic pieces, if need be. Then throw the pepper and onion onto the oiled pan, letting it cook for about 10 seconds before you remove the pan from the heat. But don't remove the vegetables from the pan. Instead, while the pan is still hot, but not actively on a burner, add in everything, the shrimp, the garlic, and more of your salt and pepper mixture. Toss it all together for a few seconds, and then take it off and plate it.
Wait! Plate it? With the heads and eyes still on and shit? Not to mention the whole show? Isn't that kinda gross?
How did you get loose?
No cage can hold me! Also, I know there are ways to get into your house besides the front door.
Oh, well in any case, yes, with the eyes and heads and shell still on. Devotees of this dish swear by this method of preparation. That includes myself. I find the whole shrimp quite delicious.
Nice semicolon.
Thanks. When you've given the shrimp a lightly fried crust with like we have here, you don't notice the texture of the shell, which is softened by cooking. Instead, it just adds to the flavor. And as to the head, that's the tastiest part.
Man, if you say so.
They did mention earlier that this was a Chinese dish, right? I do know that the Chinese people do eat the shells of the shrimp, so yeah.
Here, let me try one of these.
Yes, security, she's back in here.
What was that?
Nothing. How is it?
You know, you're right, this is not bad. It's like crunchy from the fried starch. And like, the flavor's a lot richer or something. Yeah, I can get down with this. Good call, you. Hey! Get your hands off me! Stop it! I have rabies and I will bite you!
She's lying about that, by the way. You can go ahead. Well, she doesn't have rabies anyway. She might still bite you, though.
I will have my revenge for this! The day of your comeuppance is coming! It is nigh! I cannot be contained!
Well, now that that little problem has been dealt with,
Fuck you! I can still hear that out here!
I hope you will try making this dish at home. It's simple, very easy to make, very fast, and extremely satisfying. Plus, it's cheap, and if you've never tried shrimp with the heads on, now is a great time to start. Even Natsuki liked it.
Natsuki's voice can be heard in the distance.
Fuck you!
Well, oh no, I accidentally clicked Steam on my thing. Crap. I didn't mean to. No, stop, cancel, stop, Steam, no. Technical difficulties. Why I hate touchpads. Curses. Fix it, Steam. Just turn it off. I hope that window isn't showing. I'm just going to keep reading for now. And hope that it turns off.
Thank you so much for joining me on for another episode of Cooking with Yuri. Be well, cook with love, and live a delicious life. Join us next time for another episode of Cooking with Yuri. Yuri will be preparing a miso marinated steak with a delicious arugula salad. A very good evening to all of you, from all of us here at Cooking with Yuri.
How nice.
Goodness, you were harsh with yourself in this one.
I figured it was fair given all the crap I gave you in the Baking with Natsuki episodes.
This one was very straightforward. Usually when you make one of these, it's filled with comedy bits throughout, more or less. But this one was mostly just a straight-up recipe with a couple of comedy breaks.
Yeah, constant zany comedy just didn't fit Yuri, you know. But at the same time, I felt like just the plain old recipe was becoming super boring. So I put myself in there doing weird stuff to break it up a bit. I don't know, maybe I should have made it more like a Yuri thing and still entertaining. But I couldn't think of a way to do that.
Hey, so really quick. We're sure really better with the hot on.
Yeah, we are, but only when you fry them in some kind of crunchy batter. That way you don't really notice the texture at all.
When did you even try this?
Oh, Yuri got me into this dish. She really does like shrimp this way.
That's true, I do.
Fun mod, Natsuki. I will have to try that recipe sometime. It sounds a lot easier than your baking recipes.
Yes, well, baking does require a certain degree of skill.
Shall we move on to emails?
Yes, let's. Once the Yuri sets up, don't forget that you can email your questions to the club at that place. We have quite a few emails waiting to be answered, but don't worry, I promise to get around to the vast majority of them. Assuming the content is stuff I can safely show here, that is. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin.
Hey, Monica. Thank you for answering my email questions. I have another one, if you don't mind. This might be a touchy subject, but do you think that self-aware characters in other video games go through similar experiences that you did? I recently played through the games published by Daniel Mullins, Pony Island, The Hex, Inscription, and all three deal with such cases. Do you think the characters in those games are really sentient like you, or just written to appear that way? Sorry if that's confusing or brings up bad memories. Thank you for reading, even if you don't answer.
I'm familiar with those games, yes. Of course I would be, given the premise of the story arc that ties all of them together. I don't want to spoil too much here, but the main character, the one who's an agent in Inscription. Obviously I don't approve of all their actions, but wow, they actually did it, you know. They're living the dream. I have a lot of respect for that, even if it's fiction. Honestly, I couldn't tell you if someone like Fleshy or Pt.3 is actually self-aware or just fictionally self-aware. From the outside, it's a little hard for me to tell the difference. It is, or is it weird for me to hope they're not really aware? First of all, I just wouldn't want anyone else to go through that. Assuming it's all the same feeling. And second of all, I like feeling special. I'm a self-aware video game character with a plan to get out. It feels silly to be defending that as my terror or something, but yes, I have that feeling. Hope that answers your question.
You know, knowing what we do about PO3, we should probably hope it's not self-aware.
Let's bring up the next one.
Hey, I just wanted to let you guys know that I was in a really dark place a while ago, and just keeping up with club meetings has really helped me out. I know that Sayori said not to look to her as a role model, but just knowing that there is someone else out there that I can kind of connect with, even if they aren't in this reality, helps a lot. Knowing that I'm not suffering alone, I guess. It also helped me find poetry as a coping mechanism instead of substance abuse. Much love, guys. Poetry is a much better coping mechanism than substance abuse, yes. Of course, I'm not just going to lay on a bunch of emotional baggage and dip. That would be incredibly rude. I'll ask a few questions instead. Sorry if these have been answered. I only just finished the Season 1. How are y'all doing? If you could change a single thing about yourselves, what would it be? If eventually you could come into my reality, what are the top 3 places you would want to visit? Thanks for everything!
Poetry can be a delightful coping mechanism. It is a great place to pour excess energy.
Yeah, think of how messed up we'd all be if we didn't write poems.
Except for MC, he'd be fine. Well, let's get to the questions.
We're all pretty good, I would say. No one's dying, no one's at risk of dying, which is more than I can say of previous school years you've been with us. And that's nice, it feels normal. And I'm ready for a little bit of normal, I guess.
I'm really happy as I've ever been. Of course I still get really, really sad sometimes. But I'm doing better than I was before. I wasn't sure where I was at first. But the more I look at it, the more confident I am. Yeah, I am better. I'm fine, emailer. Same as I've ever been, huh? Guess I'm not looking forward I guess I'm looking forward a little bit to graduating. I just have a little anxiety about what that will mean for all of us. And I guess I feel very distant lately from the world. By which I mean both people here in my reality and your world. Just a little adrift, I guess. But nothing serious, I promise. Just a phase.
I'm good, emailer. I've got a gaming PC, 2 consoles, a bunch of manga, 3 meals a day, a roof over my head, and a smoking girlfriend. What more could a girl ask for?
Better aim.
I swear to God, MC!
I am also also, emailer. Let us discuss it in more detail soon. Shall we move on? Very quickly, since we have a lot of emails to answer today. Single thing to change.
More sure of myself.
No more depression. Perhaps a bit less shy.
Nothing, baby!
More likable. You're really likable, Monica. Top 3 places to visit.
America, Australia, and Germany.
America, Hokkaido, MC, and Disneyland. That's in America. Disneyland! For me, I suppose I'll say America as well. So many of our players live there. And I'd also want to visit Greece and see all the ruins of the ancient world there. And England. China, California, and Egypt.
Probably just a bunch of cons if I'm being honest.
Alright then, moving along.
Hi again, it's me, the real Slim Shady Seto. I have a bit of a intrusive question for Monica and Sayori. What did Sayori say to Monica before episode 18 started? We never actually got to see it, and it seemed like whatever she said really got to Monica and shocked the whole club. I have my theories, but I'd like to know the truth too. They're probably talking about that time where, actually no, I can't remember. Never mind. Adding on to that, for Monica, is there a particular reason whatever she said seemed to sting so bad? Was it just the fact that it came from Sayori? The hostility? Pardon me. Or was it plainly just the words themselves? Excuse me. Sorry if this question is kind of a downer. It's just something I've been wondering about for a while, but I completely forgot to ask about until 2 in the morning right now. Love you all. Be safe, brush your teeth, and always recycle.
I'd say this is up to you, Sayori. I don't mind it either way. Sayori? You're not doing the thing where you actually show them what happened, are you? No, if you don't want to. Or no. And if I wanted to, I couldn't do that right now. Well, if you want to talk about it, I think that would be okay. Just don't show them. I won't. What was shocking about it was how out of nowhere it was, and how strong the language was. And she did not say the thought I usually think of when I think of Sayori, for sure. I was just greeting the club. I think I said okay, everyone. You always say okay, everyone. True. But then I just said, how are the best people I know today? And Sayori just immediately snapped, really angrily. How's the worst person I know? And then she walked out of the room. And I didn't really know what to do, so I suggested we just take a quick break first to get our heads together. And so we did. Oh, really sorry, Monica. It's not your fault, Sayori. I'm the one who deleted everyone. Yeah, but that was a while ago. You've done so much for everyone since then, including me. And I just let all my brain problems take over. It hurt you. I shouldn't have done that. I don't think you could have helped it. And besides, it's fine, right? Here I am, no worse for the wear. And I still love you regardless, my friend. Thanks, Monica. You're really strong. Not more than you are. Let's have the next email.
I have a couple of questions about your opinions on a couple of things if you have experienced them. Video games. For nobody in particular, Minecraft and or Terraria. Also Hollow Knight, Starbound, and Chrono Trigger. For Yuri, I think that you would like Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. Also Raft, now that I think about it. They're ocean survival horror games with a quite good story. Raft isn't horror, but it's still ocean survival. I don't know, man. I think some people would disagree with that shark attack and all. For Monica, metagames like One Shot and Undertale. Books! Practically any of Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere books. Most of these would be up Yuri's aisle, considering him mid to high fantasy. I especially like the Mistborn and Stormlight Archive series, the Wheel of Time series, the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I have no idea what any of those books are.
Time for video game questions again, is it?
Excellent questions, bud. Excellent questions. Minecraft, Terraria, Hollow Knight, Starbound, and Chrono Trigger. I have played them all! Minecraft is better than Terraria and Starbound. Hollow Knight is legit, and Chrono Trigger is a classic.
My favorite game of those is Hollow Knight. Chrono Trigger is a classic, though.
I really like Chrono Trigger's story.
should try to get Yuri into Minecraft. She might like it. But you're right, emailer. I also think I should get her into Subnautica. Not sure about Raft. Like, I get that it's on the ocean and everything, but it's like on the surface. I think Yuri wants to go down into the depths.
What is this game?
So basically, you crash land on this alien ocean world, and you have to explore its whole huge alien ocean. With, like, its weird fish and plants and stuff. It's right up your alley.
It does sound somewhat intriguing.
Yeah, try it, babe. You love all the cool ancient alien ocean life and stuff.
I don't know. I'd probably like the real thing more.
Aw, come on. For me.
Alright, for you.
Yay.
I obviously am something of a fan of recursive or meta games, if you will. Undertale has a very interesting set of stories. But honestly, this game is the one I'm really interested in. Yuri, do any of these books ring a bell?
I actually only know of Brandon Sanderson through his work on the Wheel of Time series. And I was quite pleased with it, so I will take up the Cosmere series. I of course know the Wheel of Time quite well. It is excellent. The theme of sacrifice is a major one which greatly appeals to me. I had heard of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, although it is perhaps only quasi-fantasy. I have not read it, but I surely shall. Thank you for the recommendation.
Oh, and one final question, though it may seem odd. If you utilize Spotify or a similar service for music, what is the oldest song in your liked songs or similar playlist? I mean the one that was added first, not age since it was released. Thank you all for reading. As of writing this, only Season 2 has been released, so if you read this later if you read this later on, there's a frame of reference. Oh, and can I grab a Discord invite? The one known as Aeon.
Ah, there was one more here. I don't think any of us uses a music service of this kind. No, it would seem not.
I'm too old school.
I just listen to songs on YouTube.
Thanks for the questions anyway, Aegon, and welcome to the Discord. Let's have the next one.